Hello there guys and welcome, it is Niran here, and today it's time for me to bring you episode number 4 of our grid, race driver grid if you like, career mode walkthrough, and today we see the start of Season 2. Now obviously last time you saw me do the first Le Mans 24 hours of this series, and we also went through a little bit of a branding change here. You can see the new car, or well obviously the new livery. It won't just be on this car, but it's a little bit inspired by the Manor F1 team. We've got a cool sponsor that's colours actually go along with that quite nicely. I will just change the sponsors ever so slightly, yeah, so today we're just going to be going through about 2 or 3 more events, well probably 2 events, as we did a few episodes back. We've got 200k. We're looking to spend a bit of money on some new cars and generally get into proceedings. Right then, so back to the wonderful world of the race events board. We focused on Europe, I suppose, a little bit last episode. We haven't done anything in Japan or America, so I reckon what we're going to do is we're going to do something in America and we're going to do something in Japan for today. Although the Pro Muscle cars are actually quite expensive. The Pro Muscle cars are flipping bare expensive. Why? No, bun that. I'm doing a Japanese race. I'm sorry, boys. That's far too expensive for my liking. Pro-tuned, the Jun or June Street Series. We're doing that. I'm not spending all my hard-earned cash on on one of them. We're getting a Toyota Supra, my friend. Bradley James of Bradley James Motorsport. That's quite interesting. We are going to be buying that car for 37 grand, thank you very much. It's time to get underway then for this one, starting 7th on the grid. We've already been beaten off the line, and I'm regretting putting this on Savage difficulty because I don't know the track whatsoever, so this is probably going to end in absolute disaster, in all honesty. Steven Sang is in front of us. We're going to go around the outside of him though in our flipping Manor Motorsport Toyota Supra, but you didn't think you'd hear that. Anyway, we just lunged at 2 people and gone up the inside, so that's 6th place. This is a flipping danger hazard of a track. There's containers everywhere, and we're going up the inside. There's just corners to buildings everywhere. This is a health and safety hazard, surely to God. We're going up the inside of this Honda NSX again. Now we've got Ken Hoary in the skyline. We've just absolutely bashed him through the corner. But lap 1 of 3, we've gone from 7th to 5th, so it's positive vibes so far. It is positive vibes. Ken Ezura's leading the race, and you might remember him actually from the Pro Touge event. We actually managed to beat him. We're going up the inside, just about there, of that guy for 4th. We've gone through into 3rd now in the space of no time whatsoever. Jin Kudo is next now in that Nissan 350Z, so we're going to try and attack him. Putting a lot. Oh, he's just pressed handbrake, and there's a pile-up. He's literally just pressed handbrake. He's in a Nissan Skyline, and we're in this beauty of a Toyota Supra. Look at it. Look at it. It's literally It's literally a Manor Racing Toyota Supra. Like, they've changed the game of Manor. They've gone from F1, World Endurance Racing, and now they've bought a Toyota Supra, and they're racing around a dockyard, and we've gone around the outside of Ken Ezura on the final lap of the race, final corner of the race. Anyway, we win from a raft of Japanese drivers: Ezura, Imamura, Aikawa, and Ichikawa. Sponsor objectives: we now have 5 sponsors. Last time we did a race with our team, we only had 2. And now we've got 5. Fila, Goodrich, Apexi, Firestone, and InGen Technology, all paying out. Race 2 time, I can already see that the grid is not the same, and that's probably because Ken Ezura is at the back. Does that mean it's reverse grid? If he's 11th, and no, it's not reverse grid, it's just random, and we've got the better of the deal. We start 9th, which still isn't amazing, and well, we're now 10th already. Hopefully this is not a different layout, but I can already... it is. It is. It is a different layout. I only just learnt the first layout, and now they've given us a different layout. Well, anyway, the point is, as there's just been a pile. There's been a pile-up. There's just been a pile-up. Someone's rear bumper is flapping about in the breeze. He's got his... I like that livery. Props to the designer. It's a sick livery, but I'm fairly sure they've got more than 2 drivers. Anyway, this is a 4-lap race because it's a really short lap. And we're up into 8th. We're going to try and get round the outside of this Honda NSX, and that is 7th place. Imamura, who spun right in. That's just not helpful. We're on to the penultimate lap, and we're in 6th place. I can see 5th, 4th, 3rd, and 2nd, however, so 2nd, I suppose, maybe is on the cards. Pile up again. Thank you very much, but we do take 5th briefly. Out of that, we hang it around the outside and then have the inside for the right-hander, which gives us 4th place. Wait, where did... Hang on. So, someone's just disappeared out of this scenario. Okay, whatever. I'll watch it back when we edit it. Well, when I edit it, even, and I'm sure... Oh, my word. Okay, there's been another spin, and we somehow lead, and this guy's just taken me out. Alright, this is not the Paddy McGuinness flipping reality show. It's not even a reality show. It's not the Paddy McGuinness TV show. You can't take me out. It's just a disaster. But we are leading after some shocking driving standards from the majority of the field. What I was trying to say was I only remember gaining 1 position, but we seemed to gain 2. Because we were fighting for 5th, and then we were suddenly 4th. So, and you guys were probably shouting at your computer screen saying, Niren, you just missed someone's spin out. And I did, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can only offer you guys... I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I hope you guys can give me forgiveness. Anyway, the point is, we've won the race after some shambolic commentary. We've won the race. And our nearest rival, Yuichi Naito's Ken Azura, actually DNF'd from that race. We had nothing to worry about anyway. We win the event by a resounding 14 points in the end from both Aikawa and Ichikawa. We once again pass all our objectives, which gives us another healthy 16,400 in the bank, and we get another wallop of 21-ish, or 22k actually, sorry, in rookie points, or in XP points, so all is looking pretty good as far as that is concerned. New sponsors on the table. June, who actually sponsored that event, have come in, as well as Charge and Wolf Race Wheels. That Wolf Race Wheels one looks clean. After our success in Japan, I reckon it's time that we go out and do something in America. Anyway, we're going to be doing the Director Club Trophy Club GT Championship now, because we already have this car, and it means that whatever we win goes straight into the kitty. San Francisco time, and we are not 12th on the grid. That is Paolo Maggio of Carl Coombs Racing. Nice-ish livery. Not entirely sure about the yellow, but the rest of the actual design is quite nice. As you can see, I'm still flipping addicted to ours anyway. But anyway, we're starting 10th on the grid. There's a familiar name in the lead of this one, or on pole, as we just batter the back of Alex Pierre. Hans Fischer, who is a Lumenition driver, who we actually faced at Donington Park way back when, in episode 2, I think it was. There, we're still in 10th. It's great racing, it has to be said. We're up into 9th at the inside of someone. We've bashed the back end of that grey car. We've also gone past an AMD car. Shout out to them, they make my graphics card, but someone's gone off and in the wall. It's not an AMD. That guy's just broken way too early. I'm sorry, that should be illegal. We're just going up the inside of this kid, because I'm fed up of hitting the back of people because they're braking too early. Someone spun off and slapped it in the wall. We've hit everyone under the sun, and we've slammed it in the wall as well. That's it. GG. We're not winning this one. We've absolutely smacked the wall to next Tuesday and back. Look at this car. That is disgraceful. I can't go in a straight line. I actually have to turn right in order to just stay in a straight line. We've gone wide again, but we've managed to just about get through. I'm actually starting to get used to the fact that we've got basically no steering through right-handers. You know when you've got no power steering, it sort of feels a bit like that through right-handers. It literally feels like you're wrestling the car through right-handers. Left-handers are calm. Left-handers are a beauty to behold. It's the right-handers that are an absolute travesty to get through. If one of... Oh, okay, alright, they clearly heard me. I was literally in the process of saying if one of the guys in front could spin out, that would be appreciated. I didn't even have to end the sentence. Before Hans Fischer, I've hit the wall again. This is the end now. The understeer through the right-handers was too much, and I really hope you don't have to pay for repairs on this game, because I'm done for. I am donezo if that's the case. I don't know how punctures work on this game. I don't know if... I think it's if you have too much damage on one corner, you can get a puncture. But... oh, we've spun, and that's just... This is a disaster zone now. This has gone so tits up that it's incredible. I've hit the wall with literally maximum gusto twice, and I've spun it randomly as well. This has been a disaster of a race. I really, really hope I don't have to pay for repairs, because this car is dead. Anyway, we're going to come across the line to somehow salvage second place, having literally buried myself in the tyre wall. Well, it's not a very successful proceeding in terms of sponsors. We only get 4,700. Goodrich, Apexi and Firestone not paying out because we don't win the race, but Fila and InGen Technology are far less stringent. Second race then here at San Francisco. Objective, well, beat Edgar Gutham because he's leading the championship, but also if we could win the race, that would be massively appreciated. In front of us, though, is Alex Pierre. He was in front of us before. He finished a full 17 seconds off the lead in the first race, so he must have had an accident as well at some stage. Must the Belgian driver. Well, we've gone past him already, and that's 9th place. If we could perhaps not get any damage, or certainly not as much damage as we had in the first race, perhaps we'll win this one, because we actually almost kept up with the Lumenition guys, even with the shocking understeer that we had. From those, I'm going to actually call them injuries. I mean, the car was literally injured. And obviously massively helped by the fact there's now been a pile-up, which is 7th place. We've managed to get past someone, though. Someone spun, and then we hit John Wingrove, who just decided to park in the middle of the... Oh, man, there's an Eddie Stobart team. Man, this game literally had every sponsor known to man. A lot more clean in this one in terms of our overtakes as well. And, well, we've just cut the corner. You know what? If there's not a barrier there, it can be exploited, in my opinion. But we seem to have lost Hans Fischer because he's not in second anymore. So that's tragic for him. So that's another missed opportunity for that Lumenition driver. And perhaps the Lumenition squad will be a little bit disappointed with him. Obviously, they're a big team. And we're going to come across the line, hopefully, after this quick chicane to win the second event. I can only imagine Edgar Gutham would have come second, which means, in theory, we should be joint first in the championship. But I don't know if it really does it in that way. And the game, rather nicely, has actually given us the win. Obviously, after winning that second race, we've hit all our sponsor objectives, 16,400 in the bank due to that, and we get 23,000 in XP points for the ARL section, which is of course the American category. Anyway, we get a whopping 55,100 from that event, which now puts us on to 281,500. Obviously, we didn't have to buy a car for that event either. I was considering only doing 2 events actually for this episode, but bunny, I'm going to do 3. And we are going to do our first taste of open wheel racing, or at least certainly buying the car anyway. Obviously we did do 1 invitational Euro F3, 1 wild card if you like, Euro F3 race. So we're going to spend 25k on this Formula 1000 car, and let's see if we can win the event. We are here on the grid at Donington Park, starting 12th on the grid, but already down to 13th as Andy Eads goes through. And I have absolutely no recollection of driving these cars ever in my life before as we come down the Craner curb, so I don't really know what to expect, but by the looks of turn one, it's basically just go full pelt through every single corner. So, Jesus Christ, you literally don't have to brake in these cars at all. The mechanical grip is disgraceful. There seems to be a distinct flaw, though. It has to be. And they go from about 700 miles an hour to 3 in about 2 seconds. How is that possible? How is that even slightly possible? We're going up the inside, though, of multiple guys through red gate. Someone spun and collected the polystyrene through red gate as well, so we're up to 5th place. We are catching these guys hand over fist. Karl-Heinz Abendoth is behind us. What a name that is. Someone's off again. That's McLean's. Bobby Norman and Graham Norman. They must be brothers, surely. They're in the same team. They must be brothers. Glenn Rowland's just taken it through the final corner, but we're going to try and drag him to the line. We can't, but we do just take second place off one of the Norman brothers. Yeah, they are brothers. Graham Norman and Bobby Norman for Norman Tech. That's quite cool. But we do take a second place behind Glenn Rowland of Cosmo Autosportif. 18 points then for our second place in that one. It looks as if it's going to be a very, very challenging race, but the last 2 laps were significantly easier than the first one. Final race then of the event and also of this episode. Glenn Rowland is the man to watch out for. He's leading the championship after, of course, he won the first race, but he's only starting 6th on the grid. Of course, we can't talk really. We're starting 12th on the grid, and we're already behind Nathan Fisher to our right-hand side. James Manning is going to try and make a move as well. Is this a hairpin? Oh, it is. This is going to be... Have we all made it through? We have, somehow. Don't ask me how. We've made a position back, which is nice as well. Jesus, we just swiped across Graham Bromley. Obviously now we're going to try and learn how to drive this track with these cars as well. Giving a quick bump there, quick kiss and grind to Seth Brown. Going to try and go around the outside though of him through the next corner, but then get that corner all wrong. End up on the grass on the inside because we got well out of shape, and Seth Brown has just hit us out wide, but we keep hold of the position and then got the inside of Basilio Gassalo, who's one of the people, Galasso, sorry. Basilio Galasso, what a name that is. He was one of the people who retired in the first race. A lot more pace here than Philip Cox and the guy in blue and white, so we're going to go past both of those guys. Someone spun and slapped it in the wall, back-ended it into the wall. That was a massive accident. Anyway, Graham Norman is leading this one from Bobby Norman, I can assume, because both the Norman Tech cars are first and second. Clearly they are the dominant force in the Formula 1000 scene, but Antonio Fidanzi, the Italian, is trying to take it to them. We've gone around the outside of him, though, and down towards this chicane where that massive accident happened last lap. Good exit as well at the final corner. Now going to try and get the slipstream here of Bobby Norman, and he's going at the inside of Graham Norman. It's 3 abreast down into turn 1. Lovely racing here in the final race, this Formula 1000 event, and through we go past the 2 Irishmen. Graham Rowland isn't even in the top 4 either, and he's our nearest challenger. Round the final corner, not very spectacularly. We missed the apex quite considerably, but we're going to come across the line to win the second race of the event and take the win of the event outright in the final race of today's episode. And there then is confirmation that we do win the event over Glenn Rowland, Graham Norman, and Bobby Norman, who are actually joint second, all on 32. Then Fidanzi, Salter, Brown, Karl-Heinz Abendoth, Greico and Philip Cox rounding out the top 10. Another large payout from all of our sponsors because we win that race, 16,400 in total, and another 23,000 in XP to go into the European category. New sponsors, Spax, Akapovic, and one that I can't read. We also now have 300k in the bank in terms of budget as well. Well, that is pretty much going to round up today's episode then of the Grid 1 walkthrough. I know you guys are getting very nostalgic about this game. Race Driver Grid, obviously an absolute classic on Xbox 360, and I'm really enjoying the series as a whole. I hope you guys are enjoying it too. If you've enjoyed this episode though, feel free to hit the likes button. Subscribe if you're new around here as well, because we're only 3 subscribers or 4 subscribers away from 500 on this channel, so that would be massively appreciated if you could get this channel to 500. Comment about enjoying the video if you enjoyed it that much, but nevertheless, it's been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a good day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.